Hello, hello. Hey, Sinistello. How you doing? Happy Monday afternoon. Mm. Oh, we got a bunch of stuff to do. Do I have a USB cable for this? No. No, that's too bad. I'm happy to be back. How was your week off? Add apple trees to loot boxes game. Yeah, let's go do this. I think they were always the same tree in Skeleseller. Let's open a new window and go take a look. You missed first this time. Sinistello got it. Hey, Sean. Yeah, sure. I guess open this. I just want to see the trees we made. Da, da. Where are the apple trees? So there's one, and it's in this layer. So it must be down here at the bottom. Harvestable. Harvestable apple. Harvestable apple. Looks like this. There's no tree graphic here? Huh, interesting. Oh, I guess the way we did it is we just put it onto a tree. That's kind of interesting. And so there is no scene, if I'm not mistaken, for where'd it go? For the tree itself. Yeah, that's it. It's just this. Okay. Hey David, good afternoon. I'm happy to be working on this stuff. I can't shake this feeling lately, or at least a lens of looking through that I just need to put in hours. That's pretty much it. Like I kind of trust in my prioritization, I trust in the feedback process, the checkpoints we've been doing. So the more time I put in, the better the game's going to be. Now, I don't think that you can just put in like 16 hours a day and it'll still be good. Maybe then I'll start making bad decisions or something. So it's pretty much like, look, this process is going well. I've gotten some good feedback so far. I want to keep going with it. I think the next few weeks will be slightly unusual tasks. Like if I get permission from Valve to set up the Steam page on my stream, then yeah, we'll maybe work on a trailer or something. We'll maybe work on screenshots. I don't know, but I think it'll be interesting and I think it'll move all the important stuff forward. The other thing that I can't really shake is I still wonder, could I be doing all this like way faster? But I think the quality's been good, so I shouldn't really worry about that. Plus, it's not all just, speed running in video game development. All right, so here we had an outline for the apples themselves. I think the apples can get outlined. The apples should probably have an outline. All right, so we just got to figure out what trees they go on. And in this particular case, they went on different trees. Okay, well then maybe we do it the same way and just allow us to put it on whatever tree we want. And what did I do over here? If I load up loot boxes, we have a very simple environment. And I just have tile map layer 1 and 2. And I don't even know what's on 2. Is anything on it? I don't even think anything's on it. But yeah, we have the trees here. So I could throw one of these like there. And I mean, these need collision. I gotta set that up. I don't even know where we can put the other ones. First of all, let's hide this. This is distracting me. Architect realm visit is already hidden. Where is that dialogue coming from? Shouldn't it be in the realm visit? Huh, that's strange. Where is that coming from? It was there. Interesting. It was turned off. All right, so the treasure stands go here. The item displays go there. So yeah, we don't have a lot of space to put this. So I'll put one tree there. I'll put another tree over here, I guess. I forgot how many item displays we have in total. Yeah, I don't remember. Loot boxes. Item displays. More item displays name. Here it is. And we use this here. And we figure out column count is 8. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, they're lined up perfectly. Nice. 5, wait, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if we put this over here, we should be fine. And then maybe one somewhere off to the bottom, down here somewhere. I don't know. There. This should probably be one of the other trees. Or maybe another one of these. Okay. There we go. Now we got to set up the collision for this. This is a little bit annoying. But just a little bit. Do we even have collision on this layer? Yeah, we do. All right, so let's just set collision on this one thing. And I'll set this to the whole tile, but oh, you can just press F for that? Huh, interesting. I did not know about that. All right, so we're going to do this very hastily for right now. Let's select all of these. Physics, done. And then all of these. All right, now we're just going to hit play. So we should not be able to walk through those trees. And we have more work to do than just this. Got to get apples to spawn on them. Hey, Magnus. All right, nice. Yeah, so it stops our movement, and this one should too. Perfect. Doesn't let us get very close. That we're going to work on. So probably the tops of the trees don't need collision at all. Clear is C. There we go. This needs full physics. Okay, and then the sides we got to change up. So this we're gonna render like that maybe. I'm not gonna get super specific with this. We're gonna get it just looking kind of good enough. This can just be a triangle, for example. And probably this too. I don't even need that point there. What am I doing? All right, there we go. So that's pretty good. And then yeah, same thing over here. Just got to cover this tree. Well, look who decided to join me. Is that a cat? Is that a cat opening the door? I sure hope so. Okay, good. I was like, if it's not a cat, then I should be terrified because there's no one else in the house. She's behind the monitor now. She wants to go to the window. It's Abby. I just watched someone's clip that they took of Abby sitting on the keyboard. I have it on my to-do list if anyone hasn't seen this. Because I want to show it to my wife at some point. All right, there we go. So we got the shapes of the trees pretty good. Let's go test it out. Then we got to put apples on top of them. All right, there's no Y sorting, so that needs to be fixed. But yeah, otherwise, that's feeling fine. Yeah. What about this one? Yeah, it's fine. We might want to cut it off even halfway through. Well, let's go get Y sorting set up now. Y sort is already on there, so it needs to be on this one too. Done. Now I think we just start it up again. Nice. So now you can go behind the tree. That's moderately convincing. Yeah, I do think we should probably cut off like half of the, or the upper half of the collision in the middle row. She can understand everything. The other day I was laying down and it was for long enough that the surface I was laying on was a little bit warm afterward. And I sat up for like a second and went and got some water or something. I came back down. Abby was sitting in my spot, which is fine. Cats normally do that. But she gave me this look like she understood what she was doing. I thought that was funny. Hey, J.R. Arlington. Thanks for the raid. Welcome, welcome, everybody. Let me give you a shout out. I don't think I probably have too many viewers right now anyway. And let me also check out your stream. What do you do? Build a tavern at the intersection of economics, markets, politics, and society at large. I Okay. What are you working on? Oh, stocks category. Interesting. Okay. Stonks. Welcome to Majestic. Yeah, hi everyone. We do game dev on this stream. And lately I've been in a certain phase. I've been calling this like a checkpoint system. So we had checkpoint 1 was at the end of like April. And now we're in what I'm calling checkpoint 2. So I'm working on a game called Stuck in a Broken Tutorial. And this checkpoint system is for figuring out playtests. I've got some playtests booked for this week. They're just private playtests. This is not a publicly available game yet. I don't even have a Steam page yet, although I'm going to set one up soon. So I can show what I've got so far. Let me turn on the sound and maximize this. Some of this stuff, like the title screen, is obviously very rough around the edges. But you are going between different sub games, what I've been calling them. I'm just customizing my character a little bit here. And in each one of these, you're in a tutorial and it's broken in some way. So here we have this press A to jump, press A in the air to double jump. You eventually learn how to dash. And I'll show just a quick demo of this. You work your way over to this side of the world. And you get to this, try to collect the diamonds in one go. This is not possible. There is no way to do this jump. And what's further impossible is even landing on the ground there. So like you enter this intentionally broken segment here and land in something you don't realize is the architect's realm yet. And this is your first taste of like, what does the title of the game actually mean? Because now you're no longer in this tutorial. There's no text over here. You enter this place. It's a little creepy, a little dark. Character walks over to you and just says you shouldn't be here. And where they send you is a totally different game. Wow, spoilers. Hey, Kevin. You're not supposed to see any of this stuff. So yeah, now you're in a farming game and you figure out what you're doing here. You work your way through this. But yeah, otherwise just kind of seems like a normal farming game, right? So there's another broken tutorial and you'll work your way through other broken tutorials that are here. So we're working right now on adding apples to the trees in this game. And I'm just getting the collision on the trees to look correct right now. So yeah, so welcome in everyone. Hope you had a good stream, Jay. Hey, Frosted Sentry. Close his eyes. Also close your ears. You've heard this music before. So yeah, this, we got to go trim down. Let's go find it. I think just cutting out like half of the top of this is probably good. We're just trying to give an illusion that you can be behind the tree and that you're colliding with the trunk more so than the leaves. And unfortunately, what I should do here is I should try to level these exactly. I will probably not put that level of effort in. So as long as this is close enough, we're probably fine. So let's do that. Yeah, you can see I varied it a little bit. It's fine. Like I said, close enough is fine. We're going to lower this one too. Probably should have chosen a reference point, you know, like 3/4 of the way up. Or at least just look at the picture. There we go. And the final one over here. Okay, let's go try that. Again, we're just looking for convincing enough Y sorting here. So I'm going to speed up. All right, so this is not convincing. What is going on here? Oh, they're different tiles. Drat. Okay. Yeah. This won't work. I need to render them all as one thing. And there's some way to do this. I forgot how, though. I think as a pattern, maybe. Let me see how we did this over here. The Atlas here let us just pick an entire tree. How do we do that? I guess we just set up the tiles differently? How do we do it? Size in Atlas. There it is. Okay, so that's what I got to do. Yeah, this might have been a waste of time. Maybe not. Maybe the collision is going to get reused, in which case that would be great. So tile set. We pick this and set the size in Atlas to 3:3. It does not want me doing that. Invalid size or not enough room in the Atlas for this tile. Oh, because I have it pushing up against other ones. Also, how did we arrange this such that they go upward? Maybe there is no base. I don't know what that There's a very faint yellow square here. I don't know what that is. Yeah. I need to deselect the other ones. That's what I figured I have to do. But I don't know how to anchor it to the bottom or if that's just an illusion anyway. Unfortunately, by deleting these, I think it's going to get rid of the collision I just did, which is unfortunate. All right, create a tile 3, 3. Yeah, it's anchored to the middle now. I don't totally understand that. Oh, maybe it's the Y sort origin. I'm not sure. Texture origin, Y sort origin. If I lower this, no, that just changes that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, but I'm almost positive that the collision got messed up, right? Yes. Well, whatever. It's not that hard to draw into just one thing. Plus, we don't have the problem with this looking messed up. All right, so we put a point somewhere. And oh my God, this is way too difficult. Okay, what am I doing? Let's just do that. All right, there we go. Not too shabby. All right, that's good enough. And then we got to do the same thing over here. And I probably do need to change the Y sort origin. Yeah, we'll keep messing this stuff up until we finally get it right. So select this. I guess delete all of these tiles. And then create one here. Set this to 3 by 3. Physics. Okie dokie. And just 2 more points. And there we go. All right, let's hit play. Try that out. Oh, wow. This actually looks fine now. All right, yeah. What about this tree? Yeah, I think it's all good. All right, not too bad. Not too bad. So I think I want to check this in as just add apples or add trees. We don't have the apples yet. This should probably be turned off for good. I wonder if we have a problem when we run this. Let me try it one more time. Hey Goose, how you doing? Good afternoon. Maybe raise the lower edge so you can get closer to the tree. Yeah, we could do that. I wonder if we should just change. No, you should probably just change the player's collision a little bit. But I think the tree is fine. I think it's a player that can't get close enough. But that's not really a big problem. Yeah, as long as you can get close enough to interact with it, I think should be fine. All right, let's make sure. I'm gonna speed through this. Okay, that works. This really shouldn't be checked in. It's just for testing, but I want to check it in for now, so I'll just undo it afterward. For the play test today, set flow control flags back to the title screen. Okay. So add some trees. That's all we really did for right now. Add trees to loot boxes. These will eventually have apples on them. But for now, I just wanted to set up the visuals and collision. Take care, Kevin. Thanks for dropping by. Oh, yeah, you reminded me I got to do the player collision. Change loot boxes player collision so that they can get closer to things. And again, Zaro, another apportioned 5 minutes. Okay, now for the apples themselves, I don't know where those apple graphics come from. Where are those? You can't navigate. Oh, you can. Okay, good. Sprite is here. It comes from whatever this is. Atlas.png. That doesn't help. What is in this? Oh, we should have this. Where is it though? Oh, there it is. Yeah, it's there. Oh, we could also use different fruits. What blue fruit grows on a tree? I guess plums are kind of blue. Right? There are blue plums. Yeah. Okay, so that's a thing. There's probably something else I'm missing here. Blueberries don't grow on trees though. Whatever. Also, it doesn't need to be realistic. But yeah, you could call that an orange and you can call that an apple, and it would definitely work. Did we use the one with a stem or no? No, we didn't. I don't think that matters either though. Except for the outline. That might make it matter a little bit more. Yeah, I think we'll just go with the orange fruits or the red fruits for now, I mean. And also, I'm not going to do any of this anyway. I'm going to just tell this to do it. So new work tree. We'll have this one be on Sol. Okay, so I want to add apples to the trees in the loot boxes game. Oh, and we'll plan this too. For the apple graphic, use... Oh, you know what I found out you can do in Finder? You can go to Window and then... Wait a second. Ah, there it is. Merge all windows and collect everything up in one Finder window. So I frequently end up with like 6 of these windows open, and it's annoying. And now I don't have to worry about that. So sprites, world, here. And it should be in here if I'm not mistaken. It is not. Oh man, we don't have it? I'm gonna need to import these specifically. We have this, which I think looks like a tomato. It's close enough where I guess you could just say it's an apple. Hey Farron, how you doing? What are you doing on Twitch right now? Are you in your co-working space? You're not allowed to be here. You got to get to work. I think we'll use this. Okay. So this is in Marketplace Atlas. Use Marketplace Atlas. And we got to find the exact coordinates of it. I want this one. Although actually I think that's fine too. Maybe they don't have to be apples. Maybe they could just be fruits. Oh, there's no tree that would grow both of these, right? So maybe it should just be this. And the graphic itself is really only this big. Let's just select that much. You know, what'd be nice. Is there a way in Sprite to copy the coordinates onto my clipboard? I very rarely use this. Sprite copy coordinates onto clipboard. I made a simple tool to get the sprite coordinates. Copy palette data. I don't know if there is. There might be. How do you know? Oh, GPS tracking chip. You know, the usual. How's your game dev going, though? Yeah, all right. Well, I'll just manually copy this for now then. So we are at 180.67. And the size is 8 by 9. Hey, Boolean. How you doing? Just doing content work, the hardest part. Oh, man. Yeah, content, balancing, polishing. I feel like there's so many hard parts of game dev. I still think the hardest part for me is prolonged polishing. That's why I call it Sucky Tasks Day. The graphics starts at 180/67, and its size is what, 8x9? Okay. Up to 3 apples should be able to collect on the trees. Trees should start with a random number of apples between 0 and 3. If an apple has fewer than, or sorry, if a tree has fewer than 3 apples, it should grow a new apple once every, like, not all that long, maybe 10 to 30 seconds. When the player is closest to the tree, when considering all interactable objects, the closest apple should be outlined. When the player interacts with this apple, it should be taken from the tree. And the player should be given, I guess, 1 gold, 1 money. This should play the item sale sound. Hey, Resban. Computer. Hey, did you ever see those G.I. Joe PSAs? There's one where there's this quote, "Hey, computer, stop all the downloading." I still say that probably on like a monthly basis and have for my entire life. Doing good. You love that sweatshirt? I'm doing well. I was sick for the last week or so and I wasn't streaming, but I was still doing work at least. But yeah, I want to make a new sweatshirt for Stuck in a Broken Tutorial. And I've got the logos and everything. Quickie Joe made them. I just haven't put them on a sweatshirt. Now, with that said, I ran this by my wife and she does not think it would look very good on like merch. I don't know where I even put the logo. I think this has the washed out colors, but anyway, imagine this. And she said the problem is it's kind of slanted, so on a shirt it might not look so great. But I want to do it anyway because whatever. It doesn't cost me anything. Well, it does cost me something, but it cost me about 20 bucks. And whatever, I'll have another hoodie then. Hey Phil, who wants a body massage? Yeah, man, those were the days. Now you could probably ask AI to just whip something up. I was wondering last time I was here last week what your AI take is. Yeah, I've got some general thoughts inside this video that I did, but to just give you a quick summary, like I like using AI for game dev. I don't use it for anything creative. So no art, sounds, music, game design. And I think it drastically speeds up my development. So that's my take. And I think there is a, like, you know, large enough cohort of people out there who are against games that use AI. I'm going to put an AI disclosure just like I have in the past for Skeleseller. So hopefully that filters those people out. Let me see if I have that written down for when I make a Steam page. Make sure the AI disclosure is there from day 1. Yeah. Yeah, I love the logo. I think this looks great. I like I said, I think that's a washed out colors. I think I accidentally messed it up. Maybe it's not. I can't tell. Yeah, I can't tell. I have the source file somewhere. Let me see if I can find them really fast. Because I messed something. What? Syncing with iCloud. Oh, iCloud. I didn't mean to click iCloud. Why does this even show up over here? Remove from sidebar. Okay, give me 1 sec. Games. My games. Logo. Yeah, here we go. Here are the non-washed out colors. Okay, this is impossible to see. Give me a sec. There we go. Yeah, much brighter. Yeah, love this. Love it, love it, love it. This is going to be very close to what the capsule art is. Do I have the Steam graphics here? Yeah. So this will probably be the capsule art that we have for Steam. I think it's good. Yeah. But we don't have the Steam page yet. Did I create it? No, I don't do any artwork. I am very, very bad at drawing. This was Quickie Joe who did this. And he did a lot of the Skeleseller artwork too. So yeah, Quickie Joe. So use it mostly for code and development. As someone using AI for research, brainstorming, and coding, it's definitely a big topic to think about. Yeah, mostly code and development. I think it has, like I said, sped that up greatly. And sometimes for organization, and then yeah, sometimes for things like searching or research. But yeah, I don't use it for music. I don't use it for game design. And that's not even to say I don't think it would help. I think it would help with game design, but I want to learn how to do it myself still. So what I'm thinking is for this game, which will probably take another like year and a half or 2 years, stick to those policies that I have. And maybe for the next game, see if it can help me plan game design stuff. But like some of the ideas that we've come up with for this game, I think are great, and they are untouched by AI, which is, I don't know, it's nice. Oh, whoops, I just loaded the wrong game. Give me a sec. Hey, Pretzel. Hey, Happy Chappy. Is he quickie with it? He's actually pretty quick, if that's what you're trying to get at. Yeah, so the first couple games are not supposed to be super creative anyway, but there are some kind of funny ideas in them. But then we, like this game in particular, I'm very happy with how this turned out. Like from the music to the graphics to just everything else. This starts out, for those who haven't seen this, I'll give you the very brief overview. This starts out as like a Zelda-like game. You're going through a dungeon, you find, you know, a switch underneath a vase. You press it, it opens a door, you go down the staircases. You eventually work your way over to here, where you find your first treasure. You get bombs, and you do the natural Zelda thing, which is lose all your coins to break the wall over here. But instead of blowing up the wall, you blow up the whole dungeon. And you might try to run from this, but you can't, so you'll eventually fall. And now it turns into a totally different game. You're going through these boost pads and trying to race through the dungeon. And the more coins you get, the faster you go. But yeah, this game has been really fun. I've only shown it to 2 playtesters so far. They both loved it. I will show another playtester in like 5 hours. I'm really looking forward to what he thinks. Seeing how he plays the game, what he has fun with. But yeah, as you go through this dungeon, you find power-ups. We already got the coin magnet. But we eventually get the boots and the shield. And like I said, you just move faster and faster. So like, you know, this is what I do without AI. I think this is pretty cool. Who knows how much better it could have been. A treasure. So now we can dash. Anyway, that's the game. Hey, Ashton. All right, where do we do all of this? Anytime an apple is placed on a tree, it should be placed such that it doesn't significantly overlap with an existing apple. Try to keep any tree-related code in its own files. Likely be in an apple tree.tscn. Closest apple should be outlined when the player interacts with this. Should be taken from the tree, and the player should be given 1 money. That should play the item sale sound. Yeah. And then what else do I want to say here? It should be in a region that looks like the apple could realistically be on a tree, not in blank space or at the very bottom of the tree. And yeah, figure out if you want to do this via, oh, I don't know. Let's just do that. And do I have any outstanding changes? No. So we will trigger that. My current usage, by the way, I've used 3% of my plan for today because I've done very little in terms of development in general, but we also were using Luna earlier. Hey, Galaxy Inferno. I see this time we didn't leave the first available for over 30 minutes. That's true. Sinistella got in like 25 seconds. And hey, IGRCNDD. Quite interesting to see adoption of AI in game dev. No judgment passed. Yeah, I think AI has the ability to probably improve a lot of different workflows. Like maybe there's something out there where it would hurt more than it would help. But at least for single player game development, it's like if it works and it's fast, then the code almost doesn't matter. Now, you could argue for something like maintainability, but it's not like a multiplayer game where, oh, if it works for you, it might not work for someone else. You might create desync bugs or something. Or it's not like a security product where, well, maybe you open up your web server to everybody or published your secret keys or something. It's like, yeah, those could be major problems. But for a single player game, there's almost no attack surface. You're just distributing an executable to people. So, I mean, if you totally let AI just run rogue on your code base, you could certainly imagine things like a Bitcoin miner or something that harvests keys. But yeah, it's been helpful quite a lot. All right, so that's all fine. Change loot boxes player collision. Yep, this one's pretty simple. Loot player. So right now your collision shape is your whole body pretty much. We should probably change this into a capsule. And then rotate it. And then obviously drastically shrink it. And then lower it. So maybe it's always kind of hard to judge from just this because it's really just based on what feels right. Maybe that's pretty good. Let's try that out. As long as you keep it in check reviewing code. Yeah. Yeah. And every once in a while I see it doing something like not so great. And every once in a while I see it doing something just outright stupid. All right. So this is pretty good, right? It's convincing enough that you're in front of the sign still. I think so. Oh, here you can go like underneath this. That's probably, you gotta stop that. And what about this stuff? Yeah, this looks good. What about when items are there? You get kind of, yeah, this is kind of weird. I feel like you should be able to go a little bit closer to the tree. It's not bad, but yeah, so we got to fix the tree and we got to fix treasure stands and just the edges. Let me go over here really fast. Yeah, just the edges of the tree and the edges of the treasure stand. Okay. So treasure stand has, yeah, we just chose boxy collision for this. I don't like that. Oh, I see. This is the interact region. I don't actually care about that. So I want to expand this out by just a tiny, tiny little bit. That's probably good. All right, and then same thing with the trees. Where is, there we go, tile set. Yeah, so I just drew in the shapes over here. I think we'll trim this just a bit inward and a bit inward over here. Even if players discovered what the current collision is, I don't think it's a big deal. I don't think you're like very actively paying attention to how closely you can intersect with trees. It's not like it's an action platformer or something where, yeah, you might miss a jump. This literally doesn't make much of a difference. Yeah, this is good. Okay, now what about the treasure stands? So it's only weird right here. And it's only because we have a Y sorting problem. It looks like you're going under it here. I think we'll just expand the collision a little bit lower. Yeah. So like this, the lectern part of this thing, we'll just expand this outward. Like that. It still happens a little bit. Honestly, let's just make it a big square. Yeah. Why even bother, right? There, now you can't get hooked on the bottom of it. Yeah, that's fine. I don't think this doesn't strike me as weird at all. And you can still move between them just fine. When you get a ton of money, you'll eventually upgrade your speed by quite a lot. And as long as you can move just fine between all these things, yeah, this is okay. If we get more item displays. Yeah, okay, pretty reasonable. Favorite town team is playing? My wife was playing she played on Friday, and she was really humming along with the Skeleteller music. All right, so all we did here is change a bunch of collision shapes, yep. Except for what changed in this file? Oh, the physics, yep, yeah. Okay, so change collision shapes in loot boxes. Shrank players' collision box so that they can get closer to things. Changed tree and treasure stand collision to make it more, I don't know, realistic. I'll just say convincing. It's not supposed to be realistic. Yeah, there we go. Thursday still music streams? Yeah, except for maybe the next month or so. So we're currently in what I'm terming a stabilization phase. And as a result, we probably won't make any new sub games yet. And music wise, the only thing we kind of need is Architect Realm music. So maybe we'll do a music stream for that. The goal with the Architect's Realm was to always use only piano music. So I'd probably just compose something on piano, or I'll improv and then figure out if something sounds good. And I developed a story a little bit more, but I don't know what I even want music-wise just yet. But like I said, I don't know for sure if those will happen in August. They might resume in September or something. All right, let's check out this plan. Add apple bearing interaction overlays to all 3 existing loot boxes trees. Each tree independently starts with 0 to 3 apples, grows toward a maximum of 3, and rewards 1 money when its nearest apple is picked. Place instances over the 3 tile map trees. Their visual centers. So this is fine, I'd say. Yeah, I think this is fine. Render apples using an Alice texture cropped. Nearest neighbor filtering relative to the index above the canopy. Give each tree 3 hand-authored, well-separated canopy slots. So this could work. I did want them to be kind of random. Make each tree 1 interactable candidate centered consistently with other world objects. Yeah, sounds good. On interaction, remove outlined apple, notify loot boxes, adds 1 money, records as cumulative money earned. Why did we do this again? Oh, there's some reason why we did this. I forgot about this. Cumulative money. Where is this? Oh, so customers will buy from you more frequently. Man, I'm so glad I did that. How smart. Yeah, that's really smart. Okay, yeah. Play item sale keeps existing +1 money feedback. What? Do we do that? Yeah, I guess we do. Oh, interesting. Keep the existing tile graphics, collision, navigation. So the only thing I don't totally understand is this part. It's this part. Hand-authored, well-separated canopy slots. I think it's just going to spawn an apple in the same location every single time, which I think is okay. Tree state lasts for the current loot box is seen, and apple earnings count toward cumulative money. Yeah. No, actually, you know what? Maybe they shouldn't count toward that. Yeah, I'll say implement this. But I'm not sure about the counting toward cumulative money. We want to change that. Stop apples from counting toward cumulative money. Probably just rename it to like cumulative item sales or something. Hey, NS1, what subscription am I on? I'm on the $20 a month one. Please make sure you use some premium piano sound. Some horrible piano sounds out there. Yeah, the one I have in the game right now isn't too bad. But yeah, I could look into the one that you told me about. I think I have a note somewhere. If I don't have a note, I probably should add one. Do I have it on GitHub already? Oh, pull requests. When was this done? 2 hours ago. Oh, wow. Wow. Did something even change here? Is there a way to zoom in on this? Do I just have to zoom in with a browser? Ah, I see. So now you can see both of her eyes. Okay, okay. And same thing here, right? Yeah. Why isn't this rendering? What's going on here? Why can't I see these? Oh, I just had to refresh? Yeah, weird. Yeah, it's not rendering some of them for some reason. Okay. I'll have to check this out. I'm probably not going to do this today. Wife, share with her and show her the new farming artwork that Quickie Joe did. But man, talk about turnaround time. Good job, Quickie Joe. All right, so I was going to write down the thing about piano music. We don't have anything written here, so yeah, I'll just say piano sounds. And we'll copy paste what Oppressal said. Regarding any music I made for the architect. Oh, I should title this better. Whoops. Use good piano sounds. Cool. Cool. This is almost done. How we doing on usage? Oh, that actually drained more than I expected. So okay, though. So change collision, we did that. For playtest, set flow control flags. Yeah, so this is in getting ready for Matt. Getting ready for Matt to play. And probably build Mac and Windows. But only upload Windows. I don't even think I checked with him. I think he's playing on Windows, but I don't know for sure. Yeah. Is this verifying what it's already? Yeah, it seems like it. Hey, Corpsey. I've arrived to make sure you're on track. Thank you. Please let me know how your assessment goes. Want to try some vibe coding? Is ChatGPT Codex better than Claude or Gemini? What's your opinion? I haven't ever used Gemini, and I only used Claude for about a month. I think Claude was good, and Codex has been good. So I think it all depends on the domain you're doing this for, how much money you plan to spend. I think in terms of money spent, I think in general it's probably like I think Codex is better than Claude in that way. And now Codex has Luna, which was made 80% off as of like a week ago or something. And I ran something like 6 different Luna agents the other day before even taking 1% of my weekly quota. So yeah, if you just somehow could stick to Luna and do everything, you'd pay almost nothing. Well, I mean, that's not entirely true. You'd still pay the $20 a month for the plan, but you'd use almost none of your quota, and you'd be able to use your quota for the more intense tasks and switch to Soul or something for that. But in general, I'd say just kind of mess around with this stuff, see what you like, try them all out. Depending on like, you know, what stage of your life you're in and what you're doing for development, they're not super expensive. But well, actually, I don't know what the minimum you can buy is in terms of API credits. Maybe you can only spend like $10 or $20 at a time. But the plans start at $20 for those. I don't know what Gemini's pricing is. A nice 5 streams, Galaxy Inferno. Gemini pricing. Do they free pricing for some of this? Get started for free, paid higher rates, batch API. I think they only have an API pricing and not like a subsidized subscription, I guess. You just pay for the tokens. Yeah. Yeah, so you could try some stuff out. I think the only real way, though, to get a good comparison is to probably give them all the same task enough times that you get a feel for them. Because the way I did it is I was using Claude for 1 month and then like no Claude anymore. And then it's been Codex for whatever, 2 to 3 months. So I never had an overlap such that I could say, okay, you do this task and you do the same task and figure out which one did it better. So I'm only comparing based on kind of feel and memory. And yeah, it's very subjective at that point. But I think it's been pretty good. It saved me a lot of time. I've now run 367 tasks on this project. I've also made some other like side tools with this stuff that have really helped me out a lot. I made a tool called Go Burrito, which stands for Godot Build and Release Tool. And when you run it, it discovers what repository you're in and says, do you want to build, release, clean, or like check some stuff? So if I click build here, I only have the release build for right now. I will eventually have a demo probably, but yeah, just release. And then I could pick which targets I want. So like, do I want Windows? Do I want Mac? I'll have itch on here and everything. So eventually there'll probably be like 6 different builds, and then it can run them all in parallel for me. So yeah, I can say parallel exports too, and this will be done in like 30 seconds. And this is a massive improvement over what I did for Skeleseller, which was to run 6 builds sequentially. And I wrote my own tool, and Kevin helped out with this stuff for asking about what do you want out of your builds, but it wasn't as good. It wasn't as resilient, I'd say. Hey, Smart. There's some small bots running on Gemini, and they charge me like 152 at the end of the month. Yeah, that's not too bad. All right, this should be done pretty soon. I'm actually a little bummed that this used as much as it did. It doesn't really matter. I guess if we think about it now, my daily usage could be like 20% and still be fine. Actually, even more than that, probably 25%. All right, so this is finished. Let's check this out into the current local checkout. I don't have any changes, right? Nope. Hand off. All right, check. Let's go try it. Let's see if we have apple trees. Yeah, sure thing on this one. Yeah, if you have any other questions, feel free to ask. All right, so these spawned in really stupid locations, but we can harvest them. Neat. Very neat. Yeah, totally off center. Very neat. Cool. All right, let's go fix the problems that it has. So we want to load up apple tree. We can't do it that way because for some reason Godot doesn't rescan this. That's okay. So here it is. And then in the loot boxes game, we should see this on the apple tree somewhere. What are all these exclamation marks for? Yeah, like these just aren't centered correctly. It should be here. But even then, I wouldn't really say it should be here. It can't be entirely within this circle. We should just shrink this. There, that's probably good. Now, how's that look? Well, now I can't see it. How do we get this to be on top of the tree? I guess that's pretty good, right? We should shrink it a little bit more, though. I just want it in the upper part of the tree. Oh, you know what I could do? I could make this somewhat opaque or somewhat transparent, half glass, half full kind of thing. All right, now you just got to line this up. That's pretty good. Now, what about apple tree number 2? That's pretty good too. And apple tree number 1. There we go. Now I just set this back to what it was, and we got to figure out what those things are. Oh, that's tile data. Oh, God. I think I kind of messed this up a little bit. I got to delete this stuff. There we go. Atypical jobless. Bank card details? Yeah, I'll send them along. Just give me some of those sweet piano sounds. Is it picking just a random spot within that circle? Because... No, I think it's always picking... Nope. That's not good. Oh, apples should fade out when you pick them. Okay, well, we'll just lower them. I think it's the easiest thing to do. Just lower this by a bunch of pixels. And same thing there, and same thing there. So where did the apple tree thing go? I don't even see that here. What? Apple tree. Yeah, here it is. All right, so we'll switch this to Luna medium. Make apples fade in when they grow on a tree and fade out when the player interacts with them, with the apple. That's an orange. No, it's not. All right, I'll quit out of this. So now they should be growing in the correct position. Yeah, it's pretty good. I would probably lower it a little bit more. Yeah, I'd probably lower it just a little bit more. Maybe like 5 more pixels each. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There. Yeah, that's... okay, I know I'm being nitpicky now, but maybe like 2 pixels higher up there. Yeah, that looks pretty nice. Yeah, I think this is good. Arcturus. All right, cool. Yeah, pretty happy with that. All right, so now fading in and fading out, this thing is working on. And then the last thing I want to do is make it, what is it called? Cumulative money earned. It should be like cumulative item sales or something like that. Cumulative money from item sales. Yeah, and I don't want apples to change that. Or alternatively, I don't change any of that stuff, and I just say in a comment above it, apples don't affect this. Because this is just for the sake of making customers change how they work. Yeah, that's probably fine. All right, let's look at this. So on apple picked, add money, set money. There's record earned money. Here it is. Yeah, I just don't want to do this. It's not considered the same as if you sell an item. Why is this taking so long? Fade uses a project's existing canvas item fade helpers, so it preserves the game's transition conventions. Growth fades in over 0.2 seconds. Pickup immediately removes the apple from interaction eligibility and fades it out before freeing it. Money reward remains immediate. Yeah, this is fine. I'm just surprised it's taking 3 minutes to make a pretty much a 2-line change. All right, it's done. Let's just check the diff really fast. Fade in false. Oh, for the initial ones. Oh, that's nice. That looks good. Fade in true. Okay. Yeah, nice. Nice. Let's go try it. Working on the loot box game. Working on just random like polished stuff from my to-do list. And this one in particular, it is for the loot box game, but this one in particular is you have a few things you can interact with in this game. You have the treasure chest that will spawn items, which you can then interact with to change the prices. And the only other thing you have is the perk board, which you occasionally need to go to spend your money, because this is all you can spend your money on. So if you've already set the prices on your items and you're just waiting around, now you can go over to the apple tree and pick a couple apples and get some money that way. And then, you know, a customer comes by, they're mad at this price. Okay, we go change that. We go over here, get some more money. It's not a lot, but hey, it's, you know, something else to do. 5, 6 apples you can pick. So I'm hoping it's just like it's like a fidget action in the game. It's not really intended to give you a ton of money. And if you never go over here and pick an apple off the tree, that's totally fine. And eventually this won't be so bare. Like all we have is this green outline and then some cobblestone and a couple trees. The trees really stand out right now. But when there are other trees around here and there's like dirt paths or something, and yeah, it'll be a little less obvious. Is this a work in progress? Yeah, it is not on Steam yet. Even once there's a Steam page, it won't be playable on Steam. Apple maxing, that's right. Yeah, this feels pretty good. So how much would you realistically expect to get from apples? Maybe like 10 gold at most. So it's like one item sale. Nobody wants these things. Oh, they don't know how to walk around trees? Did that just happen? I think so. Let me go test that. Just buy the stupid item. Alright, I want to see how they path around trees. Yeah, no, they definitely get stuck on trees. That's pretty funny. Just stuck forever, running into a tree. All right, I'm just not going to record money earned. Oh, I didn't even look at the fading in and out. Did that work? I didn't notice, so it must have. Because it was jarring to me when it wasn't there. Yeah, they fade out. Watching them fade in would be a little harder because we need to watch this for upwards of 30 seconds. And if I speed it up, then we're going to miss it. Watch the tree, everybody. Probably would have been better to just rebuild so that it always takes 5 seconds. But now I'm committed. There it is. Okay, it faded in. We didn't have to wait too long. All right, so apples faded in and out. And now I just need to fix customer pathing. Oh, no, I also need to change the cumulative money thing, right? This is money earned through, or this only counts money earned through item sales, not through picking apples. The reason at the time of writing, we only use this to make customers more likely to try to buy an item when this value is low, meaning you just started the game. All right, so yeah, the customer's getting stuck on trees. Let's just have this plan. Can I say locally? Nice, yeah. All right, let's see if Terra can do a good job at this. Figure out why customers are getting stuck on the new apple trees when pathfinding. Probably just need to rebake the navigation region or something. But anyway, I'm going to take a break because an ad's about to start. Is it jump time? It's jump time. Hello again. Hey, Nigel. Welcome in. Close the game. Okay, tree tiles have physics collision on layer 1, which customers collide with, but their tile map layer 2 is excluded from navigation bake. Add this to environment tile map layer 2. Why don't we just categorize it differently? Yeah, why don't we just do that? I guess they don't need to avoid this to begin with. Is that our problem? It's pretty much our problem. Okay, fine. Yeah. All right, implement this. This is where I do think these cheap models for like cheap tasks are actually pretty good, because I doubt this will even have taken up percentage, like a single. We won't notice this drop is what I'm trying to say. Now there was something else I needed to do really fast. What was it? Oh yeah, rename this to trees. You might ask why I'm making a to-do item when I could just rename it, but it's because AI is working on this exact copy right now and I don't want it to get messed up. So this should be fixed. This is currently getting fixed. So yeah, let's look at the code while we're waiting for this. Interact region. Collision layer. If it's already enabled, oh, it's already equal to this return. This is kind of overkill. Yeah, this is kind of overkill. So it's basically saying every time we add an apple, we do this, I'm guessing, which means that we could potentially outline it multiple times. Is that what's happening here? It's on interact on growth timer time. Yeah, it is. All right, it's fine. Use null propagation. Oh yeah, you can do that now. All right. All right, items that will not fit. This got moved very slightly. I'm guessing it's getting moved back when I save. No, it didn't. Huh. It wasn't in alphabetical order before. I don't know how that was ever possible. Every time I save the file, it should have been in alphabetical order. This is not where I thought it would be. I thought this would be in the save file. Does it even, is there no save file? There's no save file. Okay, that's fine. The apple tree collider's in it. I mean, yeah, that's pretty much what the AI had said too. It's just not being considered by the nav mesh right now. And part of the reason why is it's not in the right group. All right, money changed. That's fine. Get the apple trees, initialize them. This is good. Yeah, this I got to change the name of. Apple tree itself, I'll just say this is actually only a spawning region, not the tree graphic itself. Do we have an on body entered for this? Focus, change, grow apple. I don't need names here. And this should, it's fine. I'm not going to get nitpicky about this. If it works, it works. And as long as you don't see anything stupid happening here. So how does it detect that we should be able to interact with this? Because of interact region, and interact region has something like body entered. Got to be some sort of entered somewhere. Set outline. We just get every interactable. Yeah. Oh, only in the overlapping areas. Okay, that's better. Yeah. I think this is reasonable enough. And then apple tree has its timer right in here. Yeah, this is reasonable enough. How about this? This work? Yeah, it literally just added what? A group name onto here. Yep. Okay, well, that should be everything other than renaming that node. But yeah, we have apple trees in the game now, right? So we got to get a bunch of customers. And we got to just look at their movement. And they should path around apple trees now. So basically, we should just never see them get stuck. So I'm just going to let this run for a little while. Ideally, we see them walk around an apple tree. But that might be a little bit tough to notice. I think they are. Yeah, I think they are. Yeah, they definitely are. And we haven't seen any get stuck, so yeah, this must be working. Now, this is not canon in Skeleseller. In Skeleseller, there can only be one apple per tree. So to have up to 3 apples, whew, that's a departure from the norm. Oh, I got to do one more thing, right? Rename this to tree layer. Okay, cool. Add apple trees to loot boxes. This was meant to be another fun nod to Skeleseller that also allows the player to earn some extra money at the beginning of the game. I imagine most players, oh, yeah, it's more of a fidget thing. Doctor Avoidance maxing. 1 per day. Done, done. Okay, so back to the to-do list. Hey, Vampire. Want to learn more about your fancy keyboard? Can you tell me more about it and how you're using it? Yeah, sure. So I have the keyboard command if you want to find out more than what I'm about to tell you. But the very short story is that its layout makes it so that you're at most 1 key away from wherever you want to be. And the way you make up for not having as many keys as a regular keyboard is with layers. So if I press all these keys right now, they're letters. You saw a punctuation mark there. But if I hold this key, now they're numbers. If I hold this key, now they're symbols. If I hold this key, now they're arrows and page up and page down. So with all that, if you've been watching me for a little bit at least, you can see that whatever I'm typing, whatever I'm doing, like if I want to close tabs here and then switch to Chrome, go to a different Chrome window, go back to VS Code, go to my terminal, delete a line from here. It's like I'm hardly moving my hands for all that stuff. So for people who have a lot of strain or just who have a difficult time typing because there's too much movement, then that could potentially help. Now, with that said, I think maybe a better solution now, depending on your office environment, is you could just dictate everything to your computer at this point. Like AI has gotten good enough, speech to text has gotten good enough. So you really don't need to type at all. But if you are going to type, this is a pretty fun way to type. All right. At some point, we're going to get back to game design. We're not going to do it today, I think. But I have a space shooter here. Yeah. Can you do that with a normal keyboard? You can do layers with a normal keyboard if you want to. Yeah, you could install some special software. The problem with doing that on a normal keyboard is a normal keyboard will still take up however much space on the desk, more than this keyboard, of course. Will have a different layout that isn't as conducive for it. And yeah, may not be as ergonomic. This is also layout related, but this is as good for you in terms of like strain, and this is as good for like efficiency typing. So for example, if you look at a normal keyboard, like computer keyboard, it typically has 1 really long space bar. So your thumbs are each doing the same thing, and you don't really have many options for them to do anything else. Maybe you'd press this key, which is Alt on most keyboards in the US at least. But with this, I have 3 thumb keys. So you have access to 6 different layers, if you want to look at it that way, or 6 different functions or whatever it is you might put on there. Because when I was using a keyboard like this, I think I typed space with my left hand. I never used my right thumb. That was it. 10% of my fingers doing nothing. Just felt like a waste. I have a full-size keyboard. How much did this ruin your day? 0 to 10? Just knowing that you have a full-size keyboard? I mean, if you had preceded it by telling me that you had an Apple, it'd probably ruin my day. Yeah. But you didn't say that, so that's okay. Oh, God, I just saw your other message. Yeah, definitely ruined my day. Hey, no, JP. Only caught the tail end of you talking about the dictation and speech to text. Did you mean just for writing docs and stuff, or also computer navigation? I think for computer navigation, it'd be a little bit silly almost, unless you have an accessibility problem. But yeah, for writing docs, for writing code, for instructing AI to do something, typing out an email, let's say, anything like that. You can use it to navigate. You could come up with a system for that. I don't think it's probably worthwhile unless you have some reason, a strong reason for doing that. Also, like I said, it depends on your office environment. If you're in, let's say, an open office and you've got to talk to your computer all day, you'll probably annoy the people around you. So even if it's faster for you or better for you somehow, you might just practically not work out. All right, add animated swords. Do we have some other like loot boxes, collection of tasks? Not really. Oh my God, this is annoying. All right, so something I got to do is follow up with Dark and Kevin. Let me write this down. Follow up with Dark and Kevin about their tasks. The loot boxes game could really use a refresh for the environment. How long did it take you to get used to? And what's the name of it? So this is a corn keyboard. And the how long is kind of split into English, which is like about a week. And then coding was about maybe 2 to 3 months. It's really not too bad. If you give anyone even moderately resembling a keyboard, if you give them the same general layout, like it's a QWERTY keyboard, if it's on your phone, if it's on the desk, if it's split in 2 halves, it's not really that hard to adjust to. The difficulty is that, yeah, once you get into like, okay, all your symbols have moved, your muscle memory has changed, you don't type numbers the same way. That's tougher. So yeah, but if you're just typing out English, it's really not too bad. Hey Strudelhund, how's your game going? It's going well. Yeah. What has your favorite Switch been all time? What? Yeah, what? Favorite keyboard switch? Oh, I don't know. I just don't want clicky switches. That's all. I've had tactile switches. I've had linear switches. They're all pretty much fine. Yeah, I'm not super picky about the amount of pressure you have to apply either. Can you show the game a bit? How about this? I'll show you one of the coolest things, in my opinion, that I worked on in the week that I was sick. I made a new ending to this game. So you used to fight the boss. That's still happening. But now when you kill the boss, it drops like 1,000,000 power-ups. And when you get enough of them, you get 5-way shot. And you can blow up this wall. And then just walk out of it. So I think that's super cool. The explosions remind me of Super Nintendo games. Like Mega Man X. Or in the future, I should consider some more assets from here by this person, mimic for a better title screen. What was I thinking here? Was it for explosions and stuff? What was I thinking? Because I like a lot of these. Like, I think this looks super cool. Oh, hey, I think this is the one I commented on, right? No, maybe it wasn't this one. But yeah, this looks really nice. He's got a bunch of those pixel effect. It's pixel explosions. No, this is the page that was broken and it's still broken. Yeah, unfortunately, they don't show off the explosions. Yeah, so you can't really see them. But yeah, they look really cool, at least in this tiny preview that there is. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, this is the kind of thing, if it weren't $50, I'd probably just like get it and have it on hand, but $50 is a lot for what I'd probably end up using here. I like all of the artwork, to be clear, but something like this, for example, this is not a whole lot. Like, that's the whole sprite sheet as far as I can tell. Individual pings and sprite sheets included, 2 choices of metadata format. Yeah. So I think it's just some platforms. And this looks good for a Mega Man X style game. But like this on its own is $250. So unless you have a Mega Man X style game you're working on, then probably don't have a need for this. Is there a... like this? This could be pretty interesting for the platformer we're making. I want a very cheery looking background though. That's pretty good. Although we need some verticality to it, right? I guess most platformers are set up to have horizontal parallax backgrounds. Well, this is kind of a waste of my time. I probably shouldn't look at this too much right now. But yeah, I do like this person's artwork. So maybe I'll just file this away somewhere else. Why did I link this here? I think they have pretty much everything they've made in one bundle. And that's not a secret ending. That's just the ending. Can it be used for gaming? It can be used for gaming. I don't really recommend it, but it depends on what kind of games you play. If you're playing like a Baba Is You type of game that you just need the arrow keys, oh yeah, perfect for that. If you're playing an FPS, you could make it work. If you're playing an MMO, probably you don't want to use this kind of keyboard. Because just for gaming, you want to press a button and have it do that button's action. You don't want to like press a combo of buttons. You don't want to hold a button and press another one. It would just be really tedious to do that. So something like this, for example, where at least you have a bunch of buttons accessible to you, like this you could use for an MMO, let's say. But a corn is just this block of keys here. It's just these 15 and then 3 thumb keys. So it's just like, imagine trying to pick a skill in an MMO. Like typically you'd have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. You wouldn't have these keys. So you'd have WASD to move your character, you know, maybe Q and E to strafe or something like that. And then some hotkeys over here, and then that's it. You're out of keys. You have the lower row for an extra 5, maybe. So yeah, I would not recommend it, depending on what games you're talking about. I just have some sucky QWERTY keyboard that I use for gaming, and it works fine. Hey, Prince Amad. Well, or Prince Edelmod, excuse me. Sorry, I do not speak German. It was really cool to watch your stream the other day. Thanks for streaming Scala Seller. Yeah, I was there for most of it. And even after I said I was gone, I wasn't really gone. I was still watching, but just not as intently. And part of the problem is that I was watching from my Windows machine, and there's some like live captions, and it could kind of translate what you were saying, but it didn't do a very good job. So, and I didn't want you to have to stream in English the whole time, of course. Okay, so I want to write this down somewhere. Let me go write this over. I don't know. Do I have like an assets section? Not really. Maybe I'll just start one here. All right, assets I like. These are just random assets that I've found that I think look good, but I don't have a particular game in mind yet. Okay, so this bundle by this person. Oh, wait. Oh, there are UI graphics here, aren't there? Where are they? Pixel art UI. All right, so some UI, some like tile sets for levels, some pixel art explosions and effects. Yeah. I almost certainly wouldn't use the whole bundle. Yeah, let's write that down. Oh, you 100% of the game? Nice. I also saw your Steam review. Thank you very much. I really do appreciate that. Yeah, for whatever reason, reviews like really tapered off. So there aren't that many. Where's the date range thing? Here we go. August 2nd. Yeah, this must have been yours, I believe. Yeah. But yeah, thank you. Really, really appreciate it. I'll show you the new game I'm working on. Although I'll show it to you kind of quickly because if you do end up playing it, I don't want to spoil too much. But this game is called Stuck in a Broken Tutorial. And I don't have a great title screen yet. But it's been 4 months that I've been developing this. I stopped SiaBT and then like immediately switched to this. So you've got a character customization screen, customize all these different colors, and then get dropped into your first broken tutorial. So this is the start of the game. Teaches you some basic stuff about jumping and dashing. And then you get to here. And you fall and fall and fall. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of moments like this in the game where you expect something, a totally different thing happens. You're not used to falling through a world on level 1. And this little small cutscene play out. You end up in a farming game. So yeah, that's the brief overview of the game for right now. And one of the things that I added in that I think is nice, you might appreciate this, is there is a like direct reference to SiaBT in here. You have treasure chests that you open up and you get perks. And you can set the prices of items, unlike in SiaBT. And then customers will come by, and if they're happy with those prices, they might buy your item. And we just today added in the little apples on trees over here. Yeah, so they're not happy with that price. Set it to 5. Yep, they bought it for 5. So yeah. So you keep changing game types? Yeah, exactly. Hey, Slater. Hello, CHC Matt. Yeah, that way you're never really used to like, okay, what's going on? None of the games are hard. I'm still a little torn on whether there should even be actual difficulty in the game or whether you should overcome it. A lot of like the current strategy that we've used for pretty much everything so far is a game may start hard, but then you overcome it somehow such that it becomes trivial. And this is not like, you can kind of consider there's a whole bunch of games out there where you get power-ups or you get experience points. I like picture pretty much any Final Fantasy game. Like you get experience, or any RPG really. You get experience points that leads to you leveling up, and then enemies have a level. So if you're fighting like a level 10 boss and you're level 50 as a player, you're gonna win. There's pretty much no way you could lose this battle. So you can trivialize the game yourself, but it might start out tough. And if you play the expected way and you're level 10 when you fight the level 10 boss, it might be a challenge. So yeah, in this game, it's like we would probably make it so yeah, the boss is level 10, and yeah, if you're struggling, you're going to quickly level up beyond it. And that way, if you want to play and have a little bit of a challenge, you probably just play sort of normally. And if you want to make it easier, you just put in a little bit more time. I think it's a decent way of making it, but it is pretty casual. Okay, this we definitely have to do. I have this somewhere. And I think I even came up with an idea, didn't I? Yeah, Tiny Sword's Tower Defense. I finally did it. You simply have to push everything into the water. All right, so overview. This starts as a tower defense game. it becomes a Smash Bros. Like game though, where you have to push everything into the water. Pushing enough enemies into the water spawns a new island. Maybe it's like Smash Bros. Mechanics where the more damage or something is taking, the farther it flies. Yeah, I still have to plan this a little bit more. Hey, F. Got like green names in chat. Mess around with this bundle. Is it the Dagon bundle? Yeah, it is. I love this artwork. I think it's so cool. And I bought this pack already. It's just such a simple, like, consistent set of art. And I want to do something with this, and I do not have an idea yet. But I really, really like it. So, yeah, at some point we'll get to designing again. Maybe we'll do that this Friday. Or maybe Wednesday. Game design day. Figure out what to do with this bundle. Maybe just prototype some stuff with AI and see where it takes me. All right, where do we leave off? Back up my skills somewhere. Yeah. Gotta do this as an afternoon task. All right, what else? Pixel art button should ideally be translated through Godot scenes. Consider having localization tool print out how many strings were modified. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I should spend some time doing that at some point. Write a note about this pack somewhere. Did I credit this person? Didn't I use one of their sound effects? Uh-oh. I think I did. 400 sounds pack. Yeah, I did. Oh my goodness. Did I not? They say right on their page you don't have to give them credit, and the game's not launched yet, so it's not like I messed up yet, but I still love giving people credit, so I would like to do that. Credits, audio. Yeah, no, I never did. Okay. Well, let's go rectify that right now. And what did we write down for Leopause? Was it just sound effects? Wasn't that long. You think I just remember it? Sound effects. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll go add this in. Terra. Oh, I never merged this back to main. GSM. Git merge. What was that called? Oh no. What was it called? What was it called? Get yoinked. Hey, Cavino. Hey, Bongo. Thanks for the raid. How's it going? How's it going? It's August. You know what that means. August is Astro Yoinker's launch month. Has a game launched? No, for those who haven't seen it, though, there is the link. And here's the Steam page. That's Cavino right there. I don't know if you know. That's actually canon. Cavino owns that hat in real life. And that's also Cavino. I don't know if you know that, but Cavino owns that mustache in real life. Yeah. September is going to be launch month now. Okay, okay. I take back what I said. August is not launch month. I think this is why it's nice to just have, you know, release date 2026 on here too. So that you've got the flexibility. That's Hypnotic. No. They're all Cavino. Trust me. We're taking 2 weeks off streaming and locking on marketing. Yeah, man. Marketing is such a pain. Do you have a general plan? I'm sure you've been asked this like a million times, but I did a whole lot of influencer outreach for Skeleseller, and it just burned a hole in my brain. I hated it after some time. My recommendations: copy paste emails to save yourself the hassle. I didn't do this. I should have done this probably. I just felt weird. I never wanted two people to receive the same email. And I don't know what else. That's it. That's it. That's my recommendation. And apply all the grit you can muster. After 40, I died. Yeah. Yep. I needed to be resurrected quite a lot. All right. Well, this worked on some work tree, and I don't know where it worked. Oh, wait. Oh, I have this over here, don't I? Merge codecs. Please tell me it will find this. It did not. Oh, come on. Where is it? How do you... add apples to loot boxes trees? Okay, there it is. Git merge codex / add apples. Okay, there we go. I couldn't figure out what the name was to be able to merge it. Got it. All right. All right. All right. So now we're back on where I wanted to be. And now I want to add this in, right? Yeah. So add, who is this person? CI? How am I supposed to give them credit? Checkered ink? We're Allison and Daniel. Okay. I will give them credit like that then. Checkered ink. Add checkered ink to the credits, to the audio credits for sound effects. Link to this. Yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty much it, right? Yeah. In fact, you probably set this to medium. Tell them to do token personalizations to the emails. Yeah. I just felt so weird about that. Like, I don't know what I'm going to do for marketing this game. Honestly, part of my strategy is going to be reaching out to the people I reached out to for Skeleseller and just saying, hey, I made a new game and you're welcome to have it for free. But not many of the, oh, this did not work well. Oh, wait, oh, it did because we don't need to change the localization. Wow, that was easy. I mean, I could have done that myself. But sorry, you're working on wearing many hats and we just added hats. Wait, you're working on a new prototype? Wait, you realize all of your games are self-insertion, right? You spent time colonizing different planets, and then you spent time being a cockroach farmer, and now Kavina, I mean, what? There's only so much you have to pull from. You're gonna make a game about being a game developer after that, and then about being a Twitch streamer. But then what else is there? That's it. That's your life. 4 things. Whoa, what in the world? That just crash? What happened? How did that even... I don't know what happened there, and I'm just gonna run this again. We're gonna act like nothing happened. Oh yeah, lifeguarding. I think I knew about that. You see codecs reset their limits like 3 days in a row lately. I've been following codexresets.com. Well, when I say following, I mean loading this up every once in a while. And yeah, I'm a little bit torn on this. When they were resetting it and I had manual resets, it was fine because if I ever sort of gambled wrong, then I could just use a manual reset. Now I have 1 manual reset remaining. I am not going to be doing a lot of development in the next month, though, probably. I think it'll mostly be design and planning. Actually, that's not true. I don't know. I don't know how it's going to go. Oops. Oh my God. What am I doing? To go to credits. All right. So if I click this. Yeah, nice. Okay, cool. Love it. Let's go check it in. Add checkered ink to the credits. Was this on my to-do list? How do we even find out about this? Write a note about this. Okay. I should just do some of this on stream, right? Leo pause assets. We should probably just make a sounds folder or something. No, I'll do this later. Make a sounds folder, sound assets folder somewhere, and add it to my, what do you even call this thing on the side? Favorites? Add it to my favorites in Finder. This and the, how do you spell this person's name? Leo pause assets should be there. Cool, cool, cool. What is Codex? Codex is the AI agent by OpenAI, which also made ChatGPT. I guess it's technically called ChatGPT now. Well, I don't actually know because this says ChatGPT at the bottom, but this says Codex at the top. Yeah. Hey, Fox. How often do you get manual resets? Well, not at all anymore, it seems. They had given me, I think, 4. Maybe they gave more, but I didn't even know that they existed, and I didn't know that they expired. And when I found out they expired, I started trying to like burn through all my AI usage as much as I could by actually doing real tasks. And some of that was pretty nice. I had this whole tool get created using like 60% of a week's quota, and it works great. This is the Go build release tool. I think I even made this public on GitHub. No, maybe I didn't yet. No, I didn't yet. But I will probably do that at some point. But what's nice about this is just a parallel build system for my Godot games, and it can release too. So I can put things on itch or on Steam. And it's pretty nice. Yeah. All right, take care, Cavino. Have a good dinner. Thanks for the raid. Hey, Wolf. What are you making? Something containing AI or using AI to create something? Something with AI to create. As in, there's no AI presented to the player. So I'm making a game called Stuck in a Broken Tutorial. Let me start over from the beginning here. I'll just show you the very brief overview because I've done this a couple times already. But you start on a customization screen, but then you start in a platformer game. You're in a tutorial. The way it is broken is over here. You try jumping and getting all these diamonds and you fall through the world. And you go from here through a bunch of other games. So you will eventually make it to a farming game and a top-down shooter and all sorts of different, like there's a Zelda type of game over here. And it's cool. It takes you through different genres and takes you through different, just like broken expectations. So for example, you get to this room and you think you can bomb a wall, but you actually destroy the whole dungeon. And you're forced to fall at some point. Like if you get over to here, it'll eventually catch up to you. And then the game changes style completely. So now you are running from the falling floor on the left and trying to make it as far as you can. And if you lose enough coins, if I just take a bunch of hits, the floor catches up to you even faster. So you'll fall, you'll collect your coins again. And yeah, keep going. A lot of cool stuff in here. Reminds me of There's No Game. Yeah, people have made that comparison a lot. I haven't checked it out. I try to avoid any games that are similar to my own so that I'm not influenced by them. I haven't touched Codex in months. Interesting to see its state. Interesting to see your approach. Yeah, I think Codex has gotten pretty good. Also, I don't know why this isn't quitting. I've never seen this happen before. Wait. What is that? No palette is set on palette marker processor. Because I skipped the title screen? Huh. It's interesting. Maybe we should probably... All right, developing from. I'm in the US. I'm in Washington State. Which, if you're not familiar with the US, is northwestern US. Very, very close to Canada, actually. Did this happen on trying to quit? Cheat menu. Load a different sub game. Yeah, I think it's because I skipped the palette setting process. And I think this can only happen if you cheat. I wonder if I can even reproduce this. What parts am I using Codex for? I'm using it just for the development parts mostly. So dev, I can also say maybe some like searching, I guess, but not for creative stuff. So art, sounds, music, game design, all human endeavors. And what else? Is there anything else? No, I think it's pretty much it. Unless you count UI. I am using it for UI as well, to some extent. But yeah, I don't want this stuff for this game at least to be AI. Actually, I don't really want my music to ever be AI. Yeah. Right below British Columbia. Yep. Dev is broad, user for code mostly. Yeah. I mean, dev is broad, but this should narrow it down to like, yeah, I guess coding. All right. So I ran into this issue and I wanted to see if I could reproduce this by going to what, the title screen and then skipping out of this and switching games. I don't know if this is what caused it. I don't think so. No, I don't know. Maybe I actually like played this game a little bit though, right? Yeah, I don't know how I messed it up. Okay, well, when in doubt, ask AI. And so I had this happen somehow, but I don't know what I did. Do you see an obvious cause? I mean, we see a bunch of handle not initialized. Swap GC handle for type. And this came from loading a new game from the cheat menu of switching. Makes it sound like something was disposed of twice, which is possible if I left a game twice. Is that possible? Yeah, I guess let's set this to high or maybe even extra high. Is that even what I meant to paste? Yeah. Okay. All right, so let's keep going. For the Pokemon game, you throw a Pokeball at a booster pack in the wild, like you fight the booster packs themselves. Oh man, I love these stupid ideas I come up with, but then I always struggle to actually work them in somehow. Where is this? Where is this indeed? I don't even see it. Huh, that's weird. I don't see it. Didn't I write something about a Pokemon game in here? Oh wait, maybe it's supposed to be a card game? I wasn't looking for that. Is that in here? Card game. Found it. AKA Pokemon game. Ideas. Man, those graphics I love. How do we... Do I have this in here? I don't have this in here. Huh. Well, let's go find that from the scratch section. You play as the Pokeball. Wait a second. Move tabs to the side. Whoa. This looks horrendous for Twitch chat because it's different colors. If I have this not selected, yeah, you see how it turns gray on the side? I do not like that. But otherwise, vertical tabs are kind of nice. Let's try this for a bit. See how I like it. Although maybe putting it on the right side. Can I not do that? What is this button? Oh, neat. That's pretty cool. Yeah, let's try this out for a bit. I sometimes split my browser windows like this, at which point having all this space on the side get taken up is not great. But I guess you can always move it. Also, I think the gray bar that shows up here is caused by Mac OS. I think it's some transparency thing I got to turn off. But yuck, it looks terrible. It just looks so bad. I'll look into that tomorrow. Yeah, let me write that down. Figure out how to use vertical tabs in Chrome such that the entire tab background doesn't turn gray. I think it's the liquid, what's it called? Liquid glass settings in Mac OS. I don't like that at all. All right, well, what I wanted to get, and then got sidetracked by vertical tabs, is the card mock-up that I have. Because, man, I absolutely love this sort of thing. Look at that. Look at that graphic. Yeah, let's copy these. Copy. And mock-ups, paste. And then get the other one that we had here too with some text on it. This is all in negative color because of my dark reader extension that I'm using. But if I turn that off for a second, you can see what this looks like. Like, that's pretty cool card art, right? Looks pretty nice. It's Porcupup. And this is Devil Egg. Okay, well, we've got that written down now. All right, random issue with this. I guess that's still on there. Fix Y-sword issue. Bullets glancing out the crates. After the boss, there should be a portal. It takes you to the loot box game. We did this. Add more traps. I did that too. All right, what else? May want to play Cave in the Architect's Realm. They're just drip sounds. All right, how do we do this? Open one cave.wave. You guys can hear that, right? Yeah. All right, so let's just play this while we're inside the Architect's Realm and see if it sounds good. Do, 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 do. Not really audible, is it? We could just put, I think there are just drip sounds in there somewhere. Where is that? Drip. I want this to be like way louder. All right, let's just quit out of this. I'll just amplify this in Audacity. Oh yeah, it's super quiet. Effect. Where's volume? There, amplify. Okay, not that much. There. Now we can turn this up. I think it's okay. That mean you didn't hear the drips would stop? Yeah, I think it's okay. Make sure they stop when you enter the office. Yeah, search for drips. I have that here. We don't need to search for it. I can just do this. Yeah. Is a good idea. I don't think we need all the cave sounds. What are the other layers here? Rocks? What does that sound like? Ah. It's pretty good, actually. It's very infrequent. And waves. Okay. How about this? Yeah, these are pretty good. I like these. I think they would work best if you didn't have any music playing, though. Yeah. I think if you have music playing, it almost makes it sound like percussion in the music you're hearing, which is not great. Wow, that sounds really cool. Yeah, okay. I'll have to put some thought into that later. I'll leave this for now. This is not even related to the top-down shooter though, right? All right, we should have a stats display. Add a roar effect when you enter the boss room. We did that. Make a... Oh, no. We didn't do that. Right, I never put this in the game. Did I? FFI... No, I never did. What does it sound like? Oh, man. Okay. Yeah, let's go try it. Sure, why not? All right, so let's switch into this. Open this. Put the... Oh, hey, this is still working. And what is it? Idle 2? Yeah. I'll see how it sounds. We'll go drag this over to here. All right, so play the attached sound effect when entering the boss room in the top-down shooter. There is no need to vary the pitch of it. Now you can set this to medium because this is a very straightforward task. All right, so this we're working on right now. I'll delete this. Much louder death sound. We did that. Fix banding. Actually, the banding hasn't been bothering me. But I'll leave it on the to-do list for now. When you can move and shoot quickly, it's more apparent where your bullets start fading out. Perhaps in those cases, moving the direction you're shooting should... I don't think you need to do this. There can be secret rooms in this game where you find another agent or NPC. This I like the idea of. Yeah, I don't know what we want to do with it yet, but I like the idea. Even though we only have 6 animations, yeah, I can figure that out at some point too. This is probably tasks for tomorrow, maybe. Consider whether we should add strafing. I don't think we're going to do this. We added stationary shooting. That's good enough. Add the shadow graphic. The path will probably move, but it's here for now. Shadow. Is this literally just a circle? No such file or directory. Do I need quotation marks? No, it probably just moved. Okay, well, let's go find it. What's it called? Shadow.png? Inside Female Adventurer Premium. All right, so home, downloads, assets I bought. Hey, there it is. Image cat. What does this look like? Okay, that was stupid. It very likely is just a gray shadow, yeah. All right, so I guess let's get the path for this. Get CD, yeah. Shadow.png. It's literally just a gray circle. Well, maybe oval, I don't know. We're not gonna do that yet. Address to do items. Do we have any in the code? We have 2. These 3 are not my code, right? Where is this? Add-ons. Yeah, that doesn't count. Just click the button over here. Yeah, so that counts. That does not. Yes, so I only have 2. And they're not in the top-down shooter, so I don't know why I have this here. Custom data layer, step sounds. Okay, let's go write that down. This is needed here. So where's my where I left off thing? Move this. Hey, Tuki, welcome in. Yeah, there's a to-do item in the code about this. Am I a hacker? I'll let this video answer it for you. Let's just say that's my voice in the video. Should tell you something. right, there's one other to-do item, and it's here. What is this? This is for a game we're never gonna keep. I think I had an issue in the GitHub repo about this, and then I just closed it today, right? Yeah, this. Yeah, I think we're gonna get rid of this whole thing. We should probably just delete the whole game, right? Ugh. Yuck. Or should we keep it in the game and use it later? It's this. I love this idea. This is a combination of the platformer and the farming game. So you have the bar at the top, and if you switch to an item, you actually start throwing that item out of yourself. And if you switch to the sickle, you can collect the strawberries. And you can stand on this dialogue box. It's a very cool idea. But this isn't in the game right now. Like, it's not surfaced anywhere. You have to cheat your way to get here. Oh yeah, also when you boost, I forgot about that. It shoots a bunch of items out. Yeah. Oh, an ad started. Okay, I should probably take a break. Okay, is it jump time?
It's jump time.
Okay, sorry about that. Hey, mole back, close the game. All right, so we added this sound effect. I gotta try it out and see if it sounds good. Yeah, let's listen. Change games to this. And we gotta actually run to the boss room. It worked, but it seems delayed or something. What happened? How much time is that? 0.16 seconds of just silence at the beginning? Is that what the problem was? Init door. Black. Yeah, I think we need to trim some of the silence just a little bit. Man. Okay. I don't know how much, but it just felt delayed. And if I could perceive the delay, then I need to just trim all of it, right? So I guess just select the whole thing. Isn't there some like silence trimming thing here? I don't know. I could just delete the silence myself. I thought there was some like automatic way to do this. All right, let's just delete it. There. Okay, now export. Thanks, Molback. Yeah, it's feeling pretty good. This is trying to save it as an MP3. I want it as a wave still. Save. That's not good. I don't know where I put that. But apparently not in the correct location. Today at 3:16. Oh no, what have I done? I have 2 of them now? What? What happened here? Dungeon Racer. Oh, whoops. Replace. Okay, okay, that should fix it. All right, so what? We have to go look at room 2, scene path. No, not that. What is it? Yeah, whatever. I'll just do what I did again. Yeah. Just give myself a lot of power-ups. I go super fast. Good luck stopping me, monsters. It's still delayed. What is going on? Also, I want this to be louder. Volume 1.25. How is it possible that it sounds delayed? Oh, because the room has to fade in? Is that why? Fade from black. Ah. Ah. All right. That's problematic. So we wanted to play slightly before this is done. Just let someone else take the crown to keep the peace. Are you upset you didn't get to play during jump time? All right, so we want to play this a little bit sooner. So this won't totally be done. I guess we just start a new tween here. Yeah. Maybe like boss roar tween equals create tween dot set physics or set process mode. Physics actually doesn't really matter, does it? Boss roar tween dot interval. Wait, this won't work. What am I doing? We need to know when this is done, which I guess means we do this here. Yes. Tween interval 0.25. We should probably pick like a fade time here. Let's just do const float fade time 0.5 and set this fade time. And then here do fade time divided by 2. And then boss roar tween callback. There you have it. It's just not the roar. It's whatever's on my clipboard right now, which is not the right thing apparently. I don't know what it's called. Let's go find it. Enter boss room. Should probably rename this to boss roar or something like that. Boss roar. All right, now there is some fine code. Now I just need to fix this problem. Problem solved. Okay, let's go try it. I am indeed a bit rushing for an intraday deadline because I have to catch a cab to the airport to fly out to the client in 1.5 hours. So crazy. Your schedule is nuts. I'm sorry to hear about it, really. Hope you stay sane over the next however long this is going to happen for. I'm going to speed the whole game up. No reason for us to spend manual time doing this. Alright, now we slow it down. Yeah, it's pretty good, right? I think that was good. Sufficiently weighty. Yeehaw. Okay. Feels good. Why is every single line in this file blue? Oh, it went away. We could make that roar just a touch louder. I'd have to test it again, though. And I am not doing that. All right, there we go. Cool. All done. Add boss roar. The top-down shooter boss now roars at you when you enter the room. Game dev is my only reprieve. You know, a lot of comedians have commented that there's something like horribly wrong with them for them to be able to use comedy as an outlet and become as successful as they are. Maybe you're building up to be the best game dev. Maybe you need to go through 60-hour work weeks and misery so that you can really enhance the fun. And if not, maybe that's what you'll need to do to convince yourself that it's worthwhile. Yeah, this can be an AI task. Collect up strings. Oh, we gotta do that at some point. Delete the graphics I didn't end up using. This is true for the entire game, right? Yeah. Let's write that down as a pre-launch issue. Delete any graphics that I didn't end up using. There are two facets to this. Delete any files that went completely unreferenced by scenes or code, and trim sprite sheets so that we don't have a bunch of assets that we never used. Where's a good example of this? Let me do my merge windows trick here and then just close everything. There's probably a close all that I could have used. There probably is, right? I actually don't see it. I don't know. It doesn't matter. All right, yeah. Where do we find an example of this? Sprites, characters. Oh, yeah. Top-down monsters is a great example. In fact, every single monster, we only use like half the sprite sheet. We only use roughly half of each monster sprite sheet from the top-down shooter. There are a lot of animations that we never touched. Now reinvigorated, tackle the second workday. Oh man. Yeah, the kappas are keeping you sane. As I say, second workday. I stream for what, like 6 hours now? Maybe today I'll go a little bit longer than that. It'll be like 6 hours and 20 minutes or something. But yeah, I'm like, well, that was a good day. Or they're like, but what about second workday? Crash when quitting. Has there been any update on this? No. Updating Godot. PRs. Issues. This issue was about a C# related crash. Do I need to do anything here? What even is this? Yarn spinner. When quitting? I don't think I should have to do anything other than update Godot to get the fix. Spent like 3 hours today working from home listening to some Stuck in a Broken tutorial development. When you're not developing, you're watching someone else develop. The never-ending cycle. An issue, a Godot issue. All right, so that's done. Okay, stabilization phase. We still need to do all of this stuff. I really want to set up the Steam page, but I'm waiting to hear back from Valve. I still have not gotten an email yet. I imagine they'll get back tomorrow or the next day. It's not so important that it gets done this week or anything, but the longer it's up for, the more wish lists I could accrue. And as you know from my, where is that video that I did? Oh wait, no, I never publicized this video, did I? I should probably just make it public now. But as you know from that video, wish list to determine your worth as a person. I should make that public, right? Yeah, let's write that down. Consider making my April Fool's video public. I think enough time has passed. I think the world is ready for my sense of humor. All right, so what do we have here? Archive already developed subgames in the design document. Answer the question, how do we stop them from becoming incremental? Yeah, that's probably a pretty good idea. Let's add that to the Friday list. God, I love game design. It's so much fun. Yeah. There's this feeling, I don't know how to describe this exactly. I've talked about this in different ways before, but like for those of you who like Minecraft and just like vanilla Minecraft or something, when you start a new world, there's just infinite possibilities. And you probably know how you're going to play. Okay, maybe you make a house that's just a solid sphere, or not sphere, sorry, cube of wood, because that's all you had. You don't make it look nice or something. You put torches in random spots or whatever. It feels like freshly fallen snow, and there's a lot of opportunity. I feel this way restarting TV shows sometimes. Like I know what's going to happen, but I get to go on this journey again with these people. And I always felt this way when I was making like a new RPG character. Like Diablo 2 I played a lot of, WoW I played a lot of. It's like, yeah, you still know the experience mostly, but you get to replay it somehow. I think I feel the same sort of thing when it comes to game design. It's like, it's going to be a new game completely, and other people will get to experience that journey through the game design that I make. And that's a cool feeling too. I always thought it must be cool to be on a TV show and have a super popular run, like 7 seasons, 9 seasons, something like that. Because 7 or 9 seasons, you have been part of other people's lives for practically a decade at that point. And if the seasons had a 2 year delay or something, it might have been literally a decade. That's like a long time to have a show as part of your life. Like, yeah, must be neat being part of that. All right, the log shows you use the cheat menus change the game while already in a subgame. That directly calls swap to, which cues the old scene for deletion, removes it, then immediately loads and adds the next scene. Game finishes from an animation callback. Deferring that swap is a likely fix. Okay. Make the change to defer the swap. Yeah, I don't want false positives like this. Season 9 of Supernatural. I never watched Supernatural, but I'm watching The Office again. And The Office has something called Superfan episodes. I've been watching these. I don't even really know if I'd recommend it. It's almost like playing a mod of a video game that you liked. There's like slight changes. And some of the deleted scenes are really good, but most of them are kind of more of the same. And they make episodes last a lot longer, which is not necessarily a good thing. But it's been fun watching The Office again. I think Steve Carell is a fantastic actor. All right, what else do we have on the list? Figure out what Checkpoint 3 is going to look like. We added 3 games this time around. Maybe worth focusing more on the story and only adding 2 new games. Plan some vacation, do all this stuff. Yeah, design some more games. Look into automating tests. Yeah, maybe what we got to do at some point, maybe tomorrow even, like figure out how long, or like roughly how long stabilization should last for. Is today about polish? I think it probably, or yeah, still be about sucky tasks so that tomorrow can be fun. Yeah, controller glyphs and stuff. That's definitely a sucky task. Make title screen look better. Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee. Make a website. Make themes of the UI. Figure out resolutions. Save slots. Loading screens. Yeah, there's quite a lot here. Take that. String conversions. I think I've already taken care of these things. Yeah. And I don't know if we're going to do a shared library at this point. Discord, we got to convert. Steam page. Yep. There should be a whole section on the Steam page already somewhere. Let's go see if I can find that. Yeah, here it is. Add a basic trailer. Start collecting wish lists. Okay. We need a different stepping sound. Yeah, this is one of those terrible tasks you gotta eventually do. Yeah, same thing with that. Doesn't have to be through the same tile map. It's reasonable that you would glitch in from other locations. Yeah. I already kind of did that. I don't know about this. Maybe I write this down. Wait, is that still the same shortcut, I wonder? It isn't? Oh my god, are you kidding me? There's a closed tabs below and there's a closed tabs to the right. And closed tabs below has a different hotkey. So if I have this in horizontal tabs, it's got a shortcut for it. Oh, come on. All right, I'll write that down for tomorrow because I'm probably going to want to do that. Set a hotkey for closed tabs below. Didn't I have something on my to-do list that was really important for tomorrow? I wrote it on my phone, I think. Oh, yeah. It's a semi-secret task when it comes to this game. Ugh, fine. Most important thing, the semi-secret task from my personal to-do list. I can talk about it on Wednesday. I better be able to talk about it, which means I better have completed it because I don't want to do it. All right, what is this? 4 games at once? Where did I write this down? Ideas? What was that? Oh, portals. What was it supposed to be called? All right. I'm looking for the game that was really 4 games at once. I don't know where I wrote this down. Yeah, I don't know where I wrote this down. Quadrant. Aha. Yeah, I need to plan this. Okay, let's go back to this farming game. Make a very enticing spot in the world somewhere that a tree is blocking until the player wants to use their axe. I don't really think we need to do this. Yeah, I don't think we need to do this. Need an indication that the game is waiting for input. No one's had a problem with this either. Clean up TSCM files by exporting logical groupings to their own scenes. Dialogue stuff in the farming game. Yeah, consider whether we need to allow scrolling with the left stick if the dialogue is too long. This is a localization problem we need to figure out at some point. C# global classes? Oh, yeah. I don't really need this here, I think. But this we should write down. You know, honestly, this isn't too bad. I know this list is gigantic, but it's not like there are a ton of tasks that need to be done immediately. There are a lot that I want to do during this stabilization month. I think we're just going to make it the whole month of August. Until I get a certain number of tasks done, whichever comes first. All right, what do we have here? Add footstep sounds to tutorial man. What is this, farming polish? No. Dialogue sounds for each character. Portraits. Yeah, I do want to do portraits. I think this is a stabilization task. Add attacking to the platform. We're probably not going to do this. I still really like this idea when you dig up tiles in your house that it reveals an image. It's just always been funny to me. So you go into the farming game, go into this. And right now when you dig this up, it's just grass. It would be funny. This is the garbage slime looking back at you. Hey Jay, welcome in. Yeah. Do you have Roblox? I do not have Roblox. Oh, I did play because a streamer that I was watching got some kind of monetary reward from me playing. And I did not have fun. I don't think Roblox is a bad platform for people to have fun, but not what I was looking for at the time. Do you have GTA? No, I've never played GTA. But I'm sure that's a better game than Roblox for me. So you can't dig up the community center, but you can dig up houses. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing right now, so let's quit out of this. Yeah. Okay, so fix potential crash or fix potential exceptions when cheating. Or Fortnite. I don't think I've ever played Fortnite. I think I installed it at one point and then never opened it up. And now I don't think I'm really looking for an FPS. Although isn't Fortnite another like just game platform at this point where they have kind of everything? Watch everything fly off sped up like that. It is pretty fun. It's very soothing. So yeah, having Tutorial Man be underneath Sidekick's house, I think is kind of funny. You can only dig up Sidekick's house after Sidekick leaves it. Tutorial Man should see you, show an exclamation mark, play a sound, then scurry away at top speed. Probably off to the town so that you can still see them there. Although they're kind of crazy, so it doesn't matter if where they move doesn't make sense. Yeah, digging up Sidekick's house. I think both of these would be funny. Yeah. When digging up your own house interior, reveal an image. I think it should be the chef slime, and if you water those tiles, it turns into the garbage slime. Maybe it's only under a 3x3 portion at the upper right of your house where it's unlikely most people would dig. Yeah, that would be, I like this a lot. These are really hidden Easter eggs. Like, these are not common things that players would ever do. Yeah. Oh, Presley, he keeps showing up on there. You should probably check for handsome man virus. Add a shadow under the axe in the farming game when you throw it. Yeah. Farming, polish. Write a dialogue readme. What is this underneath? Polish. Okay, I see. This isn't probably necessary. Well, I don't know. We probably need to keep this if you... Yeah, maybe after you sleep, something could happen. Maybe your furniture is all strawberries at that point. That would be kind of funny. A bunny jumping around to get a literal Easter egg. It could happen. Could happen. Just need Sarah to code that in the extra, 80 hours you've got in the week. Oh, the oatmeal command has been out of commission ever since the oat farmers went on strike. Increase tree colliders in the farming game. Yeah, this is pretty minor. We might as well just do this now. What else will I do on the flight? That's right. Not sleep, not relax. All right, colliders for the tree on the farm. Trees. So what, these just have some like random collider right now? Is there a way to click a tree and have it selected in the tile set? I guess that was pretty close. Yeah, that's pretty close. So what are these set to right now? Just the trunk. And what's the problem? It's just the trunk. I don't think there's an easy way to fix this. But let's go take a look. I think we just expand the trunk a little bit maybe. But the character collider is only at the bottom of their body. I go to free play and we speed this up. I don't get how are you able to walk this close to the tree? Yeah, how does that make sense? Oh, they're two different trees that look very, very similar, and I might have clicked a different one. Is there any obvious way to tell these two apart? Huh. I mean, they have practically the same collision anyway. I don't know. Yeah. But both trees look pretty much fine to me, so why are you able to move onto it like this? They're slightly different color. Yeah, I think you're right. They're so close to each other. Why does this overlap make sense? I get it. Visible collision. Yeah, there. Maybe the player's collision is just way smaller than I think. Yeah, it looks like that's the problem. So let's go find that tree down here. Yeah, that's it. Why did I make the collision this small though? I don't think I did that for any particular reason. I don't know why I did that. Maybe so you can move between these easier? No, I don't. That doesn't make any sense. Huh. Quickie Joe didn't do that artwork. That would be pretty funny though. He's like, I'll make it just a one little green value off. That's it. All right, well, then this should be an easy fix. We just make this more of a capsule. All right, now we drop this down. Maybe to there. That's probably good. And then shrink it to this and hit play. All right. Now we're still overlapping with the tree a little bit, but to be fair, the tree does not fully encompass its own trunk. And we need like one more pixel on the left side here. I start this through here. Yeah, I did. All right, one more pixel on the left. Done. And now tree shape. I don't know which tree this is, but we're gonna bounce this out to here and add this and that. There. Oh, that's only one of the trees. I guess I gotta do the other one too. I don't need to get this crazy detailed with this. There, whatever. Okay, good enough. Now let's go try it. That did not change in real time. Hours. Can you imagine? How do I solve this puzzle? I don't know how to use a color picker. All right. That's pretty good, right? Yeah, that's pretty good. Now you can't move between this here. You probably don't expect to be able to, right? Yeah, I'm the one who got stuck. I'm the chump. Why can't I walk this way? Because of the size of the capsule? Or because of the slope? Oh man. Alright, I gotta make it a more gradual slope. I can only make it around one of these two trees that looks identical. But they're not identical. Why did we do this? Can anyone tell the difference? They look the same. Alright, we're gonna map these greens. This is 6EBD3C. This is, yes, very slightly different. Okay. Yeah. Wow. Well, the problem is that one of them is fine and the other one is not. And I need to get the slope the same on both of them. Can you copy physics shapes? I mean, even if you can't, I guess I could just do it through the scene, right? There is no copy here. What's this button do? Grid snap. Okay, well, I don't want to deal with this right now. Can we just like... Can you zoom in on this? Yeah. Can I just make this a more gradual slope? That'll probably work. Whatever, it's good enough. All right, but I got to do this for every single tree, right? They're just rectangles right now. They mock me with their boxy structures. Oh, I really don't want to do this. All right, whatever. I'm gonna do a really hasty, shoddy job at this. Let's just make trapezoids. Yeah. The ultimate shape. All right, how many more of these do we have to do before I lose my mind? 3, I think. If there are any other trees in this game, we're lighting them on fire. If the player collides with them, they'll ignite. I don't think... Do we use the beehive one? Is there a beehive in the game? No. So I'm not going to touch that one. Okie dokie. There we go. Now we never touch the trees again. Game over. Sure. Yeah, and like I said, if not, I could always have just copied it over in the scene file, I guess. He's Tron. Alright, so back to the farming game. Free play. Movement speed set to 2. Try walking into the trees. So we should not be able to overlap with the trees. And ideally moving straight down. Oh wow, that trapezoid is perfect. Look at that. You just slide right down in. Uh-oh. That one's boxy. Why is that boxy? Why are all the... Wait, this one is 2. Like a birch tree. Where'd this come from? There are 2 tree tile sets? Maple tree. Oh god, there are. Okay, I'm mad. Birch tree, mahogany tree. And let me guess, we put some mahogany trees down? Oh yeah. Yeah. And we put some little mini trees down too. Oh great. Okay. Well, fine. No one said this was going to be treesy. Let's go and fix another couple of these. And that's it. I'm not doing more of these. I'm already sick of this. They're painful. They're also very, very slightly different shapes. So even copy pasting it would be like slightly wrong. Oh, I can't drag that because I'm zoomed in too far and it's colliding with the other control there. This one doesn't look like it has collision. No, it doesn't. And that's it, right? So now we just need the birch trees. And there are only 3. This isn't that bad. So my copious complaining was all for naught. because we have the power of the trapezoid. Never forget. All right. We've done it. We've done it. This wasn't free, just to be clear. I paid for this asset pack. Also, the asset pack has nothing to do with the collision. All right. So all these trees should now have proper collision. I guess we don't need to walk into them. We can just look at their shapes. Yeah. Do you see any boxy trees still? I don't. Okay, cool. Now let's do this after the dream. Are there even trees on your farm? There are some. These trees all look like they're probably fine. Yep. That one's good, that one's good. Okay, cool. Now let's go into town. Yeah. I think that's good. Pretty nice. Yeah, pretty nice. Okay. That was obnoxious. Fix collision in farming game. The player and tree collisions are such that such that the player can no longer overlap with trees in a stupid way. This was incredibly tedious. I'm not gonna write that, but it was tedious. All right. Done. Yeah, it's just another example of this. Let's go write this down. Other examples. Bars.png. What's in this? Image cat. I can't click that, can I? No. But yeah, we don't use half of those things. Yeah. It's probably a lot of this. In fact, I kind of wonder what kind of savings we could get by doing this. I also wonder what if we converted all WAV files to MP3s. It's probably not worth super optimizing this build. Right now, I think zipped, it's like 120 megabytes. It would be kind of cool if we could trim out, I don't know, a bunch of that. I think the bulk of the savings would be from cutting out features from Godot, but it was too difficult to figure that out myself last time. And it also wasn't really worth it. But maybe now it'd be easier. All right, have there be a quest for you to talk to at least 5 NPCs after the dream? That way the player knows what their goal is. Oh, if in case people had a problem figuring that out. No one's had a problem so far. Yeah, no one's had a problem with that. A hilarious joke would be if you talk to an NPC while holding an item like a shovel and they say, this person hates your gift. I still love this idea. Yeah, I still love this idea. I don't really know if we have much of an opportunity to do this, though. Maybe you give it to Tutorial Man. I think it would have to be with Tutorial Man, though. Like you give up the shovel. What else do you have? The watering can. The watering can would be great. The watering can or the seeds maybe. Record a video intro of the game. I'm not doing that. We're not doing this either. Roll landing. Oh man, that would be cool. Yeah, that would be cool. Hey, Nico. Yeah, this is C#, if that's what you're asking about. Oh, what? It says for Skeleseller. I never even noticed. Ecom language. Adam is working in C# and Godot for Stuck in a Broken Tutorial. It was the same for Skeleseller. What about engine? What does that say? Yeah, I already updated that one. We had some animations here. I will just leave this as is for now. House should say this isn't your house. It'd be rude to barge in. You're not rude, are you? I feel like it should give you a dialogue option. The doorknob, yeah, won't turn. And maybe Sidekick should have dialogue just before you enter the community center saying to use the key on the door. Yeah, I think that'd be nice. This is all pretty easy stuff to do. I'm not going to do it now. Okay. I don't think we need any more UI for the farming game. The problem if we add a day counter is we need to figure out how many days actually passed. I guess we say in the game it's been weeks. Okay, I'll leave this in for now. Add the day counter as fake UI to indicate how much time has passed since you slept. Do I even have a lore reason for why that's the case? Do I have a lore reason for why the character is seemingly asleep for so long? Is sleep just weird? Is it that you were, I mean, originally it was that you went to another game and time passes weirdly between games. I don't know why sleep would make you spend weeks. I mean, we could change the dialogue so that weeks have not passed, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to change the dialogue such that you just slept overnight. It loses something for us, I think. Oh, drip sounds. I already had that here. Find different assets for the background of the platform. Didn't I already have that too? Yeah. Should be set up for vertical movement. Although, should it be? What if we just made the platformer more horizontal? Wouldn't really be a problem, right? I mean, I guess it's a platformer. If you don't have a reason to go upward and there's no danger, then you just hold the right button. Okay. I think we delete this. Make it more obvious when which dialogue choice is selected. Yep. Okay, cool. Well, we went through pretty much the whole to-do list here. Should I just delete these links? Scout, what is this? Oh, Steam. New game FAQ. Is it still called new game FAQ? All right, what's the game about? It's a single player story-based comedy game where you're trying to escape terrible game tutorials, figure out how to break free. So it's not here's how I envision. We've actually done this now. I haven't updated this in a long time. Here's how the opening to the game works. You work your way through games in this way, breaking them, discovering what's going on. What's the story like? Don't want to cover everything here. You meet another game character. Yep. Okay, cool. Yeah, this is fine. Yeah. Okay, yeah, sounds good. I don't think we need this as a link here. I don't even know who's going to these things. In fact, I should probably just delete all this stuff. Yeah. All right, so as a result of this, clean up the to-do list. How many characters did we get down to? And it's kind of cheating because I deleted some other things, but 22, 6, 23. All right, so we got rid of 3,200-ish. That's not too bad. It's like, yeah, it's not too bad. Consider what we want for checkpoint 3. Where did I? Yeah. Yeah, okay. Delete all this. Okay, so I got to go get rid of flow control flag changes. We set this back to the title screen. Start the game on the title screen again. So this is now done. And now I need to build the game for Mac and Windows. So check out how easy this process is now. We just type go burrito and pretty much just press enter on everything. And now it builds both at once. This is the main feature of this tool is parallel builds. And it should be done in like 10 more seconds. Wait, preparing worker for export. What did that do? Okay, it took more than 10 seconds. But still, this is a very smooth process here. 15 seconds for Windows and apparently longer for Mac. There it goes, build's completed. So now we can open this folder and we get the artifacts here, which we can just open the resulting app that was generated. Let's see, does it work? Wait, what happened to the music? Oh, I turned it off. All right, let's customize our character here. Oh, by the way, I changed these little sliders. I thought this would make it a little easier to tell what's selected and what isn't. You can see that if you do select it, it gets bigger and it turns white. All right, there. Maybe we should add a shadow here. I like the graphics that they had in the demo for this character. There's a little bit more sort of 2.5D. You know, it'd be hilarious. I hope nobody ever does this, but you could technically beat this entire game without ever selling loot by just collecting a ton of apples. And actually, you wouldn't even need to get the portal open if you did that, right? Like, if I do just keep harvesting these trees, I can now get max customers before I can get the upgrade that gave me the portal. I don't think I ever planned for that. I mean, it didn't cause a bug right now. But if I go get the portal, now we should see 5 customers come in? Or how many is it? 5? Yeah. Wow, crazy. I do not like that price. Yeah, well, as long as there's no problem, I don't really care. Also, no one's going to do that. The amount of money it takes is like 1 million or something. And it is on average, I think 20 seconds per apple. But there are 3 trees. So it's 3 gold every 20 seconds. So it is 0.15 gold per second. And we said it's like a million. 1e6 divided by 0.15 divided by 60 divided by 60. So it'd be like 1,800 hours. Yeah, you would never do this. Please nobody ever do that. Okay, cool. Next AI reset. I don't think we're going to be doing much with AI in the coming week or so. How much did we use today? I started at 99%. We used 10%. Yeah. Okay, let's fill out the journal. So started a stabilization phase. I worked off stream all of last week due to being sick. AI usage 10%. Started using Luna more, but also I just didn't do much development today. All right, so what did we do today? Spent a decent chunk of time just organizing everything. I did make some changes. Get log minus 15.
Whoops.
Oh, wait, we added more than 15 commits today?
Whoops.
Okay, there we go. Normalize the music, rearrange 2 perks and loot boxes, fix jittering, change hitboxes, add catch-up mechanic, add a signpost, clarify this. Huh, yeah, we did a decent amount of like, I'd say this is polish level work. Most of the morning addressing playtest feedback, i.e. mostly polish level work. Spent most of the afternoon just organizing everything. Oh, hey, noob. Thank you. Hey, guys. Hope the work is going well. Kill the survivor rate. I don't know who I'm going to raid yet. I got to look into that. This I'll just put here for now. And then I built this stuff. I got to upload this. So don't forget this after the stream, Adam. I need to remember to do this, and I can't do this right now. All right, let's go find someone to raid. I'm still sniffling a little bit. And I don't think I'm getting sicker. I just think this is lingering for longer than it should. Hmm. Okay, let's go raid. Oh man, muting a tab is way harder when you have vertical tabs. Let's go raid Captain Enosa. I think they're playing Fern's game right now. I see Fern's game on the screen. I don't know if that's what they're doing though, because the title doesn't reflect that. But yeah, let's go say hi. Whoops, that's not how you raid people. Thank you all for watching. Thanks for being here. It's nice to be back to streaming. I'll be back tomorrow. I think we'll work on some sucky tasks. And yeah, keep trucking through all the game dev stuff we got to do. Hopefully we'll have a Steam page up by the end of the month. So yeah, let's all go say hi to Captain Enosa. I will see you all next time. Take care.